Hi guys, it's Ona and Dr. Vicky, and this is an episode of Moonshine. It is the Aries full moon, and it's going to be on October 6th or 7th, depending on your time zone. In the Central Standard Time Zone, it's going to be 10:48 p.m. tonight, Aries full moon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to capture it because I think it's going to rain, but I did get a good shot last night. So we'll see what we post. But welcome, 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 Dr. Vicky. Help us through this Aries full moon. It is the harvest moon. It is the hunter's moon. It is the blood moon. It is ruled by Mars. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is having a swim party.
Having a time of it right now. Yeah. So
Right.
Mark just dove into the deep, dark waters of Scorpio today.
Yeah. So we're looking at this moon's like an Aries moon driven by Mars, where what's happening to Mars right now, it's going to like accelerate that energy.
Right, right. And Mars is in a yod because it's in conjunct Neptune and in conjunct Uranus. And Neptune and Uranus are in a sextile to each other. So both the energies, those transpersonal energies, Uranus trying to sort of uh, break us out of our prison, really, of the prison, and Neptune sort of, you know, imagining. It's like there's a real, like, many of us I know probably feel this. There's this real sense of, is it real or is it Memorex? Is it real? Is this really happening? Can this really be true?
Mhm.
And that sense of things, like, I don't know.
The murkiness, this is all part of the what Aries rules too, the brain.
Yeah,
That's
Aries is
working.
the head. Uranus actually is the brain. And so it's working on from that perspective, right?
Yeah.
Uranus now in Gemini, but we'll be moving back into Taurus and we'll be there for 6 months. So we're not quite done with Uranus in Taurus. But this
There's a
this
lot relatable to the cognitive to your cognitive process right now, right?
well, absolutely, that's the thing, right? It's
That's
like
the moon.
oh my God, it's just like we're literally like psychically getting blown out of the water. And there isn't very much we can do about it except
Yeah.
observe what's going on, right? Observe
Yeah.
things.
I
Um,
what are a couple of challenges so we can think about how we can acknowledge them and then sort of get through them with this full moon because of the Mars energy that's being highlighted.
well, it's interesting. The Mars is highlighted through the fact that it's the ruler of Aries and we have an Aries full moon. Then, of course, there's the full moon, but there's the opposite, right? The sun in Libra. Libra is hanging around the South Node in Virgo. So as far as like what which part of this full moon might have more punch
Venus.
to it,
Yeah.
I would say it's likely the moon part because
Yeah.
of Mars being in a sign, Scorpio, that it's very comfortable and it works well in. Whereas Venus is in Virgo, and
Yeah.
Venus loses her confidence in Virgo, and so we could be feeling very unconfident right now with our values, with whether we're um, our own, it's our own value. Like, are are we, what we're doing? Does it have any effect? Are we just yelling at the lake, right? Like what? Like, can we? And it's interesting because the Sabian symbols for both symbols, I think the sun, I mean, the moon is an Indian weaving a blanket. And it really speaks of, if we can find the balance within our inner feminine and inner masculine, uh, we we can bring peace and balance and understanding, but it can't come from outside of us,
Mhm.
right? And then the Sabian symbol for the sun What was the Sabian symbol for the sun?
Libra sun. So there's where I mean, I like it as an anchor in the Aries Moon challenge for me.
Oh, here it is. It's circular paths, finding serenity in cycles. Nature gives us a model how best to live from year to year. Serene realization of the cycles of creation and destruction. And so, and then I didn't know I had it up here. We actually had a huge, or actually not we, I had a huge technical issue this morning, and we've been struggling with it, but it seems like it's going to give me some. So, an Indian weaving a blanket, cosmic consciousness, finding an inner balance of polarities, we are raised into cosmic consciousness. At first, only momentarily, we revisit the higher state repeatedly, holding it for longer and longer periods. Mystics metaphorically refer to this as being robed in the universe, weaving a seamless robe or spiritual vestiture. So it's really like I almost feel like there's an awareness with this new moon, a full moon, and full moons are always about awareness anyway, of the need to almost separate ourselves from what we're seeing going on
Mhm.
and see how we can find the peace and the serenity and the balance within. Because once we can do that, then we can, that outer world doesn't affect us in the same way,
Yeah.
right? Just like when
Yeah.
you finally learn to love yourself, what other people think of you don't give a shit
Hmm.
because you yourself are happy with you. You're not trying to impress anybody.
Right.
You're not trying to convince anybody of your value. You know who you are. You know your own value. And I think that that's probably some of the themes that we
That's
have
a
to
good
be.
Aries. That's a good Aries full moon kind of thing. And I like the Libra portion of the take an observational stand and go, wait, think about this. Just because with all this Mars stuff and all these like protests and military and border, we don't even know who's out there right now.
Well,
Anybody
that's the whole, is it real or is it Memorex? What's really happening?
and
I
this
mean,
is the moon.
certainly when I was in Chicago with you last week, certainly things happened,
Mhm.
but it wasn't in the uh, technicolor way
Yeah.
that the administration was portraying it.
Wasn't it organized?
They went after poor people in a building
Oh yeah.
that was run by a slumlord.
That building's just I'm just gonna say a couple words here. South Shore Drive, meaning there's shoreline, meaning it's real estate,
Hmm.
was targeted for purpose. Now it's
Hmm.
abandoned and it's cheap.
Hmm.
It's like forced gentrification.
I also think, like, I know this is sort of off topic, but it has been striking me that I think one of the weapons that might be available is stealing people's homes from them. I think that's going to be part of the thing because they're all real estate guys. All these mamalukes are real estate guys.
It's about
Looking,
the
I mean they're bombing children so they could have what, a good real estate in Gaza, like on the on the Mediterranean. It's going to be beautiful, right?
yeah, it is
Like,
about the real estate.
yeah, yeah, which is very Taurus, really. So we're not done with that. As I said, Uranus is going to go back into Taurus, and then we're going to see
Um,
that. So
Side note for all you guys, just so you know, that's that kind of
yeah,
thing. So
yeah.
this
If
is
you
back to the
always have
moon.
to,
And once
if
we get
you,
on that thing, it's like, back to the moon is because those energies are so easily parallel to the full moon. The air in Libra is going to be our backup, right? This is like healing the memories kind of feeling. And air is my antidote for everything.
it's also interesting that this
That
full
is,
moon, which is a balance point, right, is
yeah,
in the middle degrees. of the cardinal signs. That's significant as well.
Noted. It's right in the center.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's another indication of, so I would say the best thing you can do today is to, in every situation, find the peace point, or find the, like I'm trying to be at peace with my technology. I'm trying to be at peace with the wasps that keep coming out of every little crevice in my
Yeah.
house be, because we disturbed a
Hey,
nest.
what was that? The Sabian symbol, the second one for the sun. Didn't it say something about creating the environment for destruction, construction, and these yellow jackets are doing that very same thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
it's great fun to like. It's not fun at all,
No,
but
no.
this is the thing. These are the challenges, right? Um, I think it's pretty interesting that, for me anyway, like, because Aries is anger, right? We have these angry wasps because we've invaded their home, and the home is the moon, right? The home is the moon, the fourth house. So we
Exactly.
have some angry residents in our walls, which, I mean, nobody wants
Do we not have angry?
nobody wants bugs in their wall, but if they didn't try to eat into the wall of the bathroom, I wouldn't have known they were there, and I wouldn't have cared. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think the symbolism is very rich, and we don't want these inside our walls.
mm,
Flying insects. You could put that sentence together, right? So we have to find a way to extract them. And you don't do that by, yelling at them. I guess you can yell at them and say, okay, well, I'm mad too. You're mad, I'm mad. We got to find a solution here.
every time I'd step on one, I'd apologize. I'm like, I'm
That's
sorry.
very kind of
I didn't want it to end like this. I didn't want it to be like this.
you.
But and I wasn't here for the war. That was Michael. Michael went to war with them and got stung like 4 or 5 times from them. So I so far have
Aries.
been unscathed, but
There's
he's an Aries.
Aries.
He's gonna he's going in there with the electric fire swatter.
Mercury just moved into Scorpio too. So it's like I know what you're doing in there. Like, I see you behind there. They're aware now. They know the jig is up.
Right. And of course, Mars being the ruler of the moon, or dispositing that moon. Mars is at 11 of, let me look at the Mars symbology here.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can,
right.
now that this is actually just sitting here and
Now
working.
we're running with this is the tales of this moon are being told through the symbols, through the Sabian symbols and through the degrees where the planets are in. And for your own charts, where your planets or are in or not in, or where it's holding its energy, look at the middle of Libra, look at the middle of Aries and see what's knocking around in there.
So this is the Sabian symbol for 11 of Scorpio. This
Okay,
might make us feel a little bit better,
she's
but it says,
laughing. So this is good. This is good. What?
a drowning man rescued. Feel a little bit like a drowning man today. All for one and one for all. There is an inherent attitude of willingness to take care of strangers in danger that defines our humanity, readiness to care for others of our species. That's it.
We
We
got
have to
this.
we have to be here for each other. We have to, when we see somebody drowning, we have to offer a hand.
Always do. Always do. There is, Vicky,
I know.
there
We
is
went out to eat a couple of times, and I think didn't maybe brought one thing home,
half of
because
one. Yeah.
yeah, because we have the little thing, and we'd see somebody home. Well, Ona would see somebody homeless or
Yeah.
somebody looking for a couple of bucks, and she'd hand them some food.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk by somebody full,
Hmm.
feeling full and holding food and not offering that. I even gave that one guy the ginger chews. I think he could have used some. I had some
Well,
ginger
that was
chews in my
probably, he
pocket
probably needed from her own stash.
for
But
my
that's
own
good because,
divergence if I needed, yeah.
yeah, because he was probably looking for a drink, which is sugar. So you gave him what he needed, but it wasn't exactly as
I
terrible.
had this problem in San Francisco when I lived there. I would walk to the grocery store, and by the time I got home, I had like a bag of lemons and celery because I would just empty my grocery bag up the sidewalk and come home with like nothing. So I started to eat on the way home to the grocery store. And those are some good meals, bread, cheese, what like throw some jelly in there, whatever. And then I was okay. Same thing. I'm not going to put food in my fridge that I may or may not eat again and walk by people who need
Yeah,
to eat.
yeah.
That's a Sicilian thing, I think.
It's a human thing. You're a humanitarian.
It's a Sicilian thing. That's what we do.
You're
So
a
this harvest
humanitarian.
moon, you guys, that is one thing to notice. If it's a harvest moon, do you always share your harvest? Right? I know you do. And I did get a crystal. I was thinking this is turning into kind of a Monday thing, but I it seems like I'm drawn to sort of detoxing on Mondays. And I have a tourmaline that was kind of like la la, wanted to. And I thought, no, this is really, I want a full moon energy out of this. So I have my other one. It kind of makes a exclamation mark.
Are those both tourmaline?
They're both tourmalines. One's a sphere that was grounded at, and one is just it's a the end, I
Well,
guess.
I think a tourmaline exclamation point is exactly what we all need right now. The emergency, it's like, I don't know. It's just like,
You know what? And reminding me that I know that we use that for the eclipse, Virgo eclipse and South Node, but this is closing an eclipse season, so
that's
it's a
right.
good
That
time
is
to
something,
detox.
right? Right. Because the new moon of this full moon was an eclipse. And so we're still sort of even though it's not officially eclipsed, still pulling through that energy of the eclipse.
Yeah,
And so we're not going to really when I did the October ahead for my tower scopes, I really did get a distinct impression that the beginning of the month was going to be, we're still going to be like reeling from what happened in September,
yeah.
which is kind of still what it feels like to me.
So
And
first
then
week,
things,
yeah,
well, Venus is going to be moving into Libra. Like she's in Virgo now, but she's going to be moving into Libra. Once she moves into Libra, she joins Uranus and
oh, thank
Pluto
God.
in that grand trine with the kite to Neptune. So and of course Libra is the power of peace and the power of diplomacy and the power of talking it over. So there is a certain amount of, I think, positive energy coming our way once Venus moves into Libra.
And I just pulled to that page, and that when Venus moves into Libra, which is the sign she rules, so that's a happy place for her, right? All her furniture is exactly the way she wants it. Not
Yes,
to move
that's
anything
good. Are you
like
still
I
moving
do.
furniture? Yes,
I do.
I
And
know
it's
you do.
Indigenous Peoples Day. Okay. It's a Six of Wands in the Tarot. And that is Monday, the October 13th. So the first part of this month probably is like just wrapping up the struggles. We've got this full moon. It's a good time to release, get
Not
that or
not
absorb,
only.
soak it up, right?
Well, that's it. Yeah. So tourmaline is good for absorbing negative energy, and there's a lot of that. Uh, Obsidian is also good, and it's protective. Both of those stones are very protective. And obsidian is made from it's volcanic glass. So
Yeah.
it's made from fire and earth,
Yeah.
right? And it makes glass. So not only is Venus moving into Libra on Monday, but Pluto is stationing direct
I have
in
that too.
Aquarius.
Yeah. That's looking
So
at
that's a big deal. And Venus
it's
is opposing Neptune.
yeah.
So this is it's I don't know if it's going to become less confusing necessarily, but I feel like things are going to we're not going to feel as um I don't know, put upon perhaps.
Yeah. I think this is where it really it's where it's kind of meets the head with this full moon stuff. And I think that, we will hold your hand through between now and then, but know that if it feels kind of rough and rushed, yep, sounds about right. It sounds about right. I want to pull card, at least this one card I could put on the altar without making a fire hazard and see what the moon has to tell us. She was very pretty last night. Very nice seeing her. That might be the picture I have to post because I will have clouds in the sky, but
Well, she was beautiful at like 5 in the morning when Rick was driving me to the airport.
yeah, I don't get that side of
Yeah,
the,
I know. It was
yeah,
lovely.
when
Yeah.
she goes down at night. I know. Or in
So
the
big.
mornings.
So big. So big.
This one is sliding out. It's the Five of Cups. Well, I don't know what to say about these cards. I only want to pick one for the altar, so you're gonna have to help me with that.
Okay.
I have the Five of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So, the 10th was kind of highlighted in the Donny a Day a couple days ago. 5, 5, and 10.
Mm,
5 and 5 is 10. And then we've got the King of Pentacles as the outcome. So maybe just look at the bottom of the deck and then I'll do an oracle card I'll find it and do it later. Um, why the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is what I'm going to put on the altar. That is what was on the bottom of the deck.
right. Well, that makes sense.
Aries,
It's got the fire, right?
the
It's the fire,
lions, the fire. And
the
I will,
sunflowers.
since I'm putting this on the deck and it's not complete, I will put this aside and see what's going on. Maybe I'll do a little layer on that and see what's going on with it.
So I just pulled some cards for this full moon. And I got the first card I got was the King of Swords.
Yes.
Okay. Crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. So this looks like economy, right? This is
Yeah.
it's challenge to the economy. The King of Swords can be like it could be the military, right? It could be the military. It has that militaristic energy. Crossed by that, underneath it, I get the Seven of Wands, which
Okay.
is really sort of about fighting, keeping your ground, even though So this is at the root. So I would say we have to
Some
hold our
protest.
ground.
Yeah, there's some protest stuff going on in that
Right.
card. Huh?
Yep. In the past, I get the King of Pentacles,
Yeah, you do.
right?
Hmm.
In the sky is the Fool. Oops. Well, actually, you know what might be a card for today? Today, the card for today is the Knight of
The Knight of
Wands.
Wands.
It's
Hmm.
a Knight of Wands day, and then I get the Knight of Cups in the immediate future. So both the Knight of Cups, and then the Knight of Wands, which is connected to the numerology, are offering us something, right? Or
Yeah.
offering us something.
Be your good
So,
self.
yeah, see what's being offered.
be your better self.
Yeah, that's not always easy.
It's not easy,
Yeah.
but a reminder that if, you, just like Pritzker said, if you are going out there, don't make the intent to cause harm. If you want to pull up a sign and say, this is what I have to say, that gets more traction than doing something stupid, right? Even if you can't get that close or document everything, but don't be looking for trouble because it's very easy to find, especially with an Aries full moon. Be the
Well,
observer.
at least it's today, and
Yeah, and not October 18th, right? That's the No Kings protest. So we'll see. It's so day by day. Honestly, the news changes because we don't know anything.
they want to keep us confused anyway. They want to keep us off. They
Yeah,
want to keep us off balance. So everything that you can do to keep your balance in your life, including ignoring those MFers, is probably like if you have something to say and you want to protest, that's fine. Know where you can go, know the rules, know how to stay safe, and stand up for what you believe, right? But beyond that, you just have to sort of step back, and there's a greater plan here.
yeah,
There's definitely a greater plan, and
right.
it's not Trump's plan.
It's not, remember that this is just textbook narcissist stuff. And I know that it's very, very it's bad because it's, threatening our public health. But it's
Um,
textbook narcissist. And this is an Aries full moon.
the sun actually is sitting on the United States Saturn,
Okay.
because it has it at about, I think it's 14 or 15, right? The
Be the
Saturn for the
King of
US.
Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Saturn on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sun.
and it's also uh, AOC's Sun and Mars.
Okay.
So we'll be hearing probably likely from her.
Yeah.
Um,
Good. Good.
right. And
I
hope
like
and
to.
yeah, yeah, she's
I like to.
yeah. That's the kind of energy
Hey.
we need.
Can you think of any other crystals that we kind of wrap up the full moon here? Any other crystals that might be a complement to your altar?
Well, I like the obsidian, of
Yeah.
course. Let's see, Aries. Well, bloodstone is always a good one to have around.
I
Always,
know I like
right?
tiger's eye too for Aries. I don't know why. I've always felt like that. Maybe it's just the tiger thing comes together. Well,
Oh, tiger eye.
yeah.
Definitely tiger eye. Yeah, because it has that innate balance in the striations, and it's also, I always see tiger eye as a Libra stone.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. If you have them. If not, throw a picture of one up there and see how you feel balanced or not. But it's going to be an interesting full moon and it's letting go of it's letting go of a cycle. It's letting go of something that has in the last 6 months has serviced, it's done its service and now we're done with it. So we're going to start a new season. So happy full moon in Aries. I'm still under construction for the altar. And I will put that up later when I have a moment. And then I'm going to help with the full moon mandala at Shine Bright tonight. So if you're interested in doing a mandala and you want to do it on Zoom, check out my community post. I have a link there if you want to do something different on a full moon. What do you think, Vicky? I think we're good. Happy full moon. I know.
I'm trying. I'm just trying to keep my balance, and
Yeah.
I feel completely knocked off my Much
I
better.
know. And recognizing it when, I mean, if we can deliver this kind of information and people are like, oh yeah, it's in the noggin. It's part of that whole, this is the energy. We know that the moon changes the tides in the ocean and the lakes and everything else, right? We know this. So why wouldn't it also alter our own fluid balance? It does. It does. And recognize that it does. And, you know, take a deep breath, grab your tourmaline, grab your cards. All right. Love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in a little bit for the full moon.
Take care, everyone. Namaste.